today we're making Hawaiian pork and let's get started. So I have here some ginger and some garlic that I'm going to mince up, about a clove of garlic and about a tablespoon worth of ginger here. So I'm just going to mince these a little bit smaller and get them really small because I don't like to bite into ginger or into garlic when I'm actually eating a Hawaiian pork, so or actually anything else either. So let's just mince these really small here. Stack them all together and run your knife through. Almost there. Now this is going to go with our pork, so I'm just going to kind of set it aside for a minute on the cutting board. Okay. All of these ingredients are all going together, so you can just make large chunks of a half of an onion. It's kind of a smaller half onion though, I will say that. Okay, it's not a huge onion, okay? So a half of a onion. Then we're going to do half of a red bell pepper into chunks again, and then we'll do a green bell pepper to a half of one. So just kind of chunk these up into small, pieces that are bite-sized pieces. You don't want too large of pieces. Nobody wants a lot of red bell pepper in their mouth when they're eating. But they do like smaller pieces, Okay, so this is a half of a red bell pepper, almost there. All right, so we got our half of a red bell pepper. Now we're going for our green one here. These kind of look like Christmas colors, don't they? I didn't plan it that way, but when you eat food, you like to eat different colored foods. You like to have a variety of colors, flavors, textures on your plate. Okay, it adds variety and it makes your food not boring. Okay, so textures, and then also don't forget about the heat element too, or the temperature element. You kind of like things to be hot, things to be cold, some things to be like room temperature. You like the variety, okay? So we're gonna set that aside and we're gonna get our pork. We're using about 1.5 pounds of boneless pork, okay? And I'm just gonna cut these into bite-sized pieces here, okay? Run my knife through. And I don't cut off the fat. Some people like it, some people don't. Kind of depends on if you can handle it, right? So, so these, I put 1/4 cup of cornstarch in here, and I'm just going to go ahead and put the pork right in there, okay, after it gets cut up into little small pieces, okay? And we're just going to put that in there, like so here. Okay, there we go on that one. Obviously, if there's a lot of fat, cut it off, but don't worry about the small pieces of fat. That's one thing about pork, is that if you get the right cut, it is quite a bit. It doesn't have a lot of fat in it, so that's nice. Okay, these pork chops are nice for that. Okay, so just keep on cutting away on this. And one more here, there we go. And all these. Let's stack these ones up here so we can do more at a time here. Almost there, almost there. There we go. One more here. Okay, and then we have one left here. Let's put this over here in the... Now this one here has more fat in it. Marbled in fat here. Which means it's probably going to be more tender. Yeah, okay. There we go. Almost there. Okay. Okay, so now that we have our pork cut up real nicely, we're going to put our knife over here, and I'm going to wash my hands now. Get the hands washed off. There we go. Okay. Then we've got to put some salt and pepper on these. So about a half of a teaspoon of salt goes right on the pork. Okay. And I'm not measuring it, but it's approximately that much. Okay. And then we're going to put the same amount of pepper on here. Half a teaspoon. Always season up your meat before you cook with it. Okay, and then we're going to put a whole entire egg in this bowl here. And I'm going to go ahead and whisk this up with the pork. There we go. Okay, there we go. And let's put our pork right back out here and right into our egg here. There we go. Let's mix our egg up in there like so. And get this back in here. Get it all egged up here. Not quite done yet. Here we go. Get it all back in here. Alrighty, there we go. And there we go. We have our egg. Let's saturate all the pork with egg on here. Alright, there we go. And let's just pour on the cornstarch here. 1/4 of a cup. Okay. And get this all saturated with the cornstarch really well. Alright, so now that it's all on there like so, I'm going to wash my hands off. We're going to go ahead and make up our sauce now. Okay, so into this bowl right here, I'm going to be placing a half of a cup of cider vinegar. Okay, apple cider vinegar. It goes right in here like so. And then we're going to put in there half of a cup of brown sugar. So I need to find my half a cup measurement here. So just grab it out of here, half a cup. Okay. Half a cup of brown sugar goes right in there like so. And then we're also going to put in there a half of a cup of ketchup. And I think I'm just going to take the whole thing off here. I think it'll be faster this way. So a half of a cup of ketchup. Or catsup. It used to be called catsup. Trying to get this out of here. Oh, you guys. Oh, gosh. Almost there. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. Do we have any more ketchup out there? We do. Finally got that ketchup out of there. So, a half of a cup of ketchup, okay? Goes in here. And, out of there, kind of stir this up a bit here. There we go. And then we're also going to put in there 1/4 of a cup, ouch, of pineapple juice. It should be unsweetened pineapple juice. You can swing it, get the unsweetened kind. So 1/4 of a cup of pineapple juice. Okay. And then we're also going to put in there 2 tablespoons worth of soy sauce. Okay. Alright, trying to find a tablespoon here. Alrighty. There's 1. And here's number 2. Okay. So just gonna stir these up here. We also are going to use about 1/4 of a cup of snap peas. So just put some on here. There we go. 1/4 of a cup, 1/2 a cup, whatever. I am going to, there was one that had this on it, so let me take that off there real quick. There we go. Let's throw those away there. And we also need to put in 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. Okay, so let's measure that out. There's 1 and 2 and 3. There we go. And so that goes in here as well, and you're just going to have to mix this in. Probably a fork would be better to do that with. That is our thickening agent. It's going to make a thick sauce here. Trying to get all the lumps out of the cornstarch though. I don't want any lumps in there. And we have 3 tablespoons worth of oil heating up over here on the stove top. So we're just going to bring on over all of our different items here. Over to the cooktop here, so let's do that. I also wanted to start some rice, so might as well do that right now while I'm thinking of it, so that it's done when our dish is done. Here. Lots of things going on today. Woohoo! All right, here we go. Let's get some scissors out. All right, there we go. Scissors. There we go. So let's leave this right in here like so here. 1 cup of rice goes in here. Okay, and then we're also going to put in 1.5 cups of water. 1.5 cups of water. Okay, let's go ahead and turn this grater on about 6 on the dial, and then when it starts to boil, we'll turn it down. Okay, so we have 3 tablespoons here, and so we're going to slowly put in our pork here. And try to get them not to stick to one another, okay? The cornstarch makes it kind of gooey. We'll kind of do it in 2 different shifts here, okay? Ooh, there we go. There we go. Okay, there's one. I'm gonna wash my hands off here. They'll get crunchy and crispy. Then we'll put them on a plate. And we'll do our vegetables. I'll meet you back here in a few. Time to move the pork over to our plate. And then we'll have to add in our next batch. Okay? Because we didn't want to overcrowd our pan, because we wanted to brown up the pork, okay? So there we got that half there, and we got to add in some more oil here. Another 2 teaspoons of oil, okay? Because we don't have as much left here. So let's add this back in, and we're going to go for our second batch here of the pork. Okay, so our second batch went in, and we're going to turn down our rice and then do our vegetables. So see you in a few. It's time to get the rest of the pork out of here. Let's go ahead and do that. Almost there. There we go. Okay. Again, 2 more tablespoons of oil go in here so we can do our vegetables here. So here we go. Let's turn that light on there. So we got our ginger and our garlic here. That goes in right away. Okay. And our onions go in here right away. Next. Okay. Then just stir these around here. Oh man, ooh, smelling good here. Smelling good in the neighborhood. Alright. Next thing that we're going to do is put in some red bell peppers here. And then our green bells. Those green bell peppers, they're so good for you. Oh, got a couple of onions here. Alright. Stir these around here. So after about 3 minutes of stir frying or sauteing these bell peppers and onions and garlic and ginger, we're going to go ahead and add our pork back in, and then our snow peas. Actually, I used snap peas because they didn't have snow peas at the grocery store, which they usually always don't. But you can use one for the other in this dish, okay? Okay. So we're going to put our pork back in here. Okay. Then we're going to add in our snap peas here, or snow peas, whatever you got. Alright, and then let's just go on the pan here. Ooh. But I love all the colors in there, red, green, and tan color, brown color bits. Alright. So then after that, we're going to stir this up here. And we'll put our sauce in here. But I gotta get all the cornstarch off of the bottom because it settles down there on the sediment. And we don't want that to happen. We want to use every bit of our cornstarch to thicken up our gravy sauce. Goes in our Hawaiian pork. Here we go. So this goes in here. Ooh, look at that. That over there. And wow, look at this. Wow, ooh. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, well it's just about time. Time to dish up and eat this, and I'm excited. Okay, so we have our rice made, and we're gonna go ahead and put some on a platter, or actually I'm using a bowl. So you can decide what you want to do. Okay, so we got our heaping serving of rice, okay, and then we have, look at how gorgeous this is. Come over here and look. Look at this pork, Hawaiian pork. So we got all of our colors in there, green, red, and you name it. Okay, a little bit more. Red bell pepper on top. Okay, now going in for the fork here, and here we go. It's gonna be hot. All right, here we go. A little bit of pork, a little bit of rice, a little bit of red bell pepper, and blow it off. Mmm. Mmm. Delicious. It's like a sweet and sour Hawaiian dish with a little bit of punch of a little bit of spice from the bell peppers, and then the sweet and sour vinegar in there, the sugar in there. Makes it delicious. Anyways, join me again next week. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell and give the thumbs up. And I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.